Are you down with OTC? Are you down with OTC? OTC. Are you down with OTC? Are you down with OTC? OTC. Are you down with OTC? Down with OTC. Down with OTC.
Whoa, welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff, co-host Chip. He's right over here someplace. And we are here on the chain, getting ready to talk about lots of great things, Chip. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the Ripple, the XRP, the SEC, Bitcoin pump with no real dump. And guess what? There is a new Token Taxonomy ACT that is being introduced to Congress by Warren Davidson and Darren Soto. Yeah, that's right. And awesome. It's all great. It's all amazing. And it's all getting ready to start
right now.
Welcome to On the Chain with Jeff and Chip.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Jeff,
good evening.
I got to tell you, today I saw that thing about the Token Taxonomy, and I'm like, I saw Warren Davidson tweet. I'm like, I thought what? We were just talking about this thing not too long ago, right. Like in detail.
Always talking about it.
And I thought, I was looking, wait a minute, how did I accidentally click on this tweet? And I'm looking, and I'm like, thank you, Darren Soto, and thank you. And then I saw a new name in there. I was like, oh, could it be? And I was like, yeah, it was brandly reintroduced.
Well, you know what? You sent it over, Chip. I looked at it, and I had to check the calendar. I said, is it that time of year again?
You know what I mean?
Is it Token Taxonomy introducing to Congress time again? And
look on the calendar.
Once again, you looked at the calendar. April of 2019 was when it was introduced for the second time.
Getting in there, yeah, getting it right in there. And I have to say, I was almost shocked. I said, how did I click on this old tweet? But no. It's a new it's newly reintroduced, right?
Newly reintroduced.
I expect to hear from Ron Hammond. I expect to hear from Ron Hammond touting all over from the Blockchain Association now. Maybe he's waving a flag, a giant flag over there saying, hey, guys, token taxonomy, maybe we ought to do something with this. I don't know. Maybe we can promote it. Maybe we can do something good.
Now is the time. There was one statement from it that I pulled out that I thought was like really kind of spot on to the point. And this was from Rep Warren Davidson. And he said, the window is closing.
Yeah, it is.
If we don't act quickly, the United States will be left behind. And I thought that was extremely poignant to everything that's going on right now, everything in this space. There were some really good statements in there. I don't know if you want to pull it up. We can kind of drill down through it a little bit, but there you go. That right. I mean, that's so profound. And you know what? It's not new because he said the same thing for the past, 4 years,
right.
As they've been introducing it to Congress. It's like, but now this is it. Before, the window was still open. We got to act soon. Now it's different. The window is closing.
Right.
And that's it.
Well, imagine 2 years ago, 2019, imagine where a lot of blockchain companies or fintechs would be, right? So someone like a Ripple or anything wouldn't have those partners like, well, I like it. We really think it's a good idea, but, we don't really know, and we don't want to get slapped by the SEC. So, when they say stuff like that, and it's funny because you were just talking about Ted Budd last night on something, and you got Scott Perry in here as well, and then we got Josh Gott. But Gottheimer was one of the original sponsors as well, if I recall, right?
He's been in quite a few different bills.
But I think he was the original token taxonomy. So
I believe he was there as well, yeah.
Yeah, he says it's time for the United States to step up. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Hello, thank you very much for introducing that. And lead in blockchain. This is what we call leading from behind, like the rare car like in a race. It's like always like the car that's way, way back there. It thinks it's in first, but that's because the first place person is like behind them. That's us right there. He said Congressman Darren Soto.
I remember another 8 years that we led from behind. Oh wait,
I wasn't going to mention that, Jeff, but I was going to say.
Yeah. So, but Congressman, Darren Soto, outstanding.
From
Those
Florida.
two from Florida, from Orlando, but between Congressman Soto and Warren Davidson, if it wasn't for those two guys getting on this, man. There would be, I don't know who else would be taking a lead. Obviously, Bud is taking a lead, and I think McHenry and then Gottheimer, and there's a few others. But and it's outstanding. This is by far the most significant bill to be put in front of Congress twice already. This will be the third time. Without this, or with this, we should say, Tom Emmer. Scott brought up Tom Emmer for sure.
Tom Emmer as well. Tom Emmer's in there. Yep.
Yeah. With this, the Token Taxonomy Act, this is what is going to provide regulatory clarity. That's it.
Absolutely. And the thing is, they say it's an important first step to innovation, maximize the potential of virtual currencies, while protecting customers and the financial well-being of investment. By the way, whose job is this right here? Who do you think's job is protecting customers and financial well-being of investors? It should be the SEC, but it doesn't seem to be these days.
With an S and ends with a C and has an E.
Yeah, an E in the middle, right? So the strong support for the bipartisan legislation. This is a key word right here, because there's not a lot that people agree on in Washington. They just passed that 1.9 or 1.6 or $1.9 trillion bill, and 9% of it goes to Americans. The other 91% goes to pay off. You get a little piece, and you get one, and you get a car, and everyone gets a car. It's like an Oprah show.
Everybody gets something.
Yeah, everyone gets something. It's what they call pork.
It's good. It's good.
Now they're going to remove that term. Now, Jeff, they're going to remove that term pretty soon, because all those extra bits and pieces they called that particular bill the COVID relief bill, because it was supposed to be relief for Americans, but Americans only got 9% of it. Now, if they gave the full $1.9 trillion, it would have worked out to $6,000 for every man, woman, and child, right?
Hey, there you go. And that money would have gone back into the economy.
Right back into the economy. But let's not make the economy too successful. We don't want to do anything crazy like that.
We don't want that.
No,
Like,
that could be again. You're looking out for Americans. Kind of pull it back a little bit, let them suffer a little bit. Start talking about UBI again, but they say that it's a clear indication that our friendly light regulatory proposal. Look at that. See, it's light regulatory. We're not going crazy. Will propel the United States to the forefront. Right.
That's right. It's needed, and I think it would, once they put it out there and it hits the House.gov, and we can actually go through the verbiage of the act, the official verbiage of the act. We'll have to spend some time and go through it and really dissect it. We did that in the first introduction of the Token Taxonomy Act, and there are so many important things that are added to it that are not drastically changing the Securities Acts. And we're talking about acts, from like 1933, 1934. We're talking about, some, acts that were put in place in the 50s. Yeah, you have the Howey test. You have the IRS tax rule from like 1986. So you're talking about some, verbiage that had no concept of technology, let alone blockchain technology or digital asset cryptocurrency. And it's so important the way they added some verbiage to really amend the language. And one of the more important parts of it, I believe, is how they also, and this was from 2019, how they put an amendment in there regarding or they added the verbiage in there regarding the realized gain transaction of a digital asset, to allow a more seamless transaction of a digital asset. So if you're going from Bitcoin to XRP or to ADA or XDC, it doesn't matter what you're transacting into. If there's a realized gain during that transaction, there is a buffer to where you're not getting penalized every time you make a move. And at the time, they put it at a $600 realized gain within that transaction. And that's a big deal, to where it's not a taxable event. And I like that. And we'll see how it unfolds. We'll see if they allow that to last. Not with what's her name, Janet Yellen over there, who's trying to put a tax on unrealized gain. Gain.
But this is.
Can you imagine? Oh yeah, my stock went up. Oh, pay the tax, man.
No one ever says. Look, there's sometimes there's labels that stick, right? And when a new administration comes in, they're famous for taxation. They love taxes. They love raising taxes, like spending taxes, all that kind of stuff. Jackie33 says, "I'll have a Corona Light with my regulatory light, please." That sounds good. Right. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to show this because Warren Davidson gave a shout out to his fellow co-sponsors for the Token Taxonomy. It says time for Congress to give it a much needed, we can change the world of blockchain. I think that's really what it's all about, is changing the word. But I wanted to get to this, Jeff. Look at this. Kirsten Smith. Funny, we were talking about the blockchain. Oh, they endorsed they also endorsed the bill. It's important that members of Congress engage with vital questions of regulatory clarity. Oh, is it? Okay, Kristen, if it's so important, then why did the Blockchain Association get on board and say a nice couple kind words about Ripple, right? If it's so important about, vital questions about regulatory clarity, apparently it doesn't work in that case, right? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit overboard. They don't want to step in it.
They don't want to step in it.
Well, they already stepped in it, dude. In our book, they stepped in it. She's swimming in it.
Ali G is on.
Looks like a fish.
What's up to Ali G? We haven't seen Ali G.
We haven't seen Ali G. Good day, Ali G. Where is she?
It's right here.
There she is. Ali G. Good day. That's am I say that right? Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day. Yeah, it's good morning for her actually. So, and then he says, "We're pleased that Representative Davidson continues to show sustained and insightful commitment to getting the answers." Can they ever say like plain language that hasn't been completely lawyered up? Everything's got to be lawyered up. Commitment to getting answers to the three big questions. The three big questions, right? Well, how about the big question about Ripple? Anybody got a question about that? Because that's about the whole kit and caboodle here. No, there's just like, we're not that interested in that. It's just standard part for the industry. Nobody cares, Jeff.
No.
There you go.
What about what was that? The Gensler Grinch? What was his? What did they?
By the way, I gotta say shout out because I actually put out a tweet today for that. Let me put a tweet while I'm looking for this thing. But I put a tweet out there, and man, let me see if I can find it. This was actually, you know what? I was actually piggybacking off of. Yeah, it was piggybacking off of something that Brad Kimes put out there. Oh, you know what he did? He tweeted about the. Yeah, well, that was something. By the way, if I could, Jeff, I just wanted to show this really quick. Nah, I better not. It's not. Is
it valuable?
It's just more about the COVID
funny?
relief bill. Nah,
no,
that's not funny. But this is
Pat,
this next.
Pat
this
Prague,
next,
Prague says, "Hey guys, once regulatory clarity comes to the space, do you think that a lot of the smaller cryptos will cease to exist? What say you?"
Yeah, the one that's like there's one that's listed 5,126 gone. 4,692 out of here. Yeah, I mean, it's like Brad Garlinghouse famously said. He said, most 99% won't survive, and I think there's like 5,500 listed on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap or whatever. So if you look at it from that perspective, yeah, I mean, but there's like 50 projects that will easily, I mean, some will do better than others, but yeah, the smaller coins may, but again, it all comes down to use case. I mean, when you agree, Jeff?
Yeah, use cases is going to be everything moving forward. Not everybody can be a pets.com, right?
Not everybody can be a store of value. And now it's looking more like Ethereum. Like Ether is now a store of value. It's like, because the gas fees are so incredibly high. When it comes to the smart contracts, as 2.0 keeps getting pushed further down the road, and then we got a new sheriff in town, and that new sheriff is called Flare, and all of a sudden partnering with we'll partner with you. Even Doge will give you a use case. Doge, come on in here, you little cute little dog. Squeeze their little cheeks, But look at this, Jeff. I want to show you this. So Brad Kimes put this out. He said, Gary Gensler moves one step closer to becoming the next SEC chairman. Now he's passed the committee. His confirmation moves to a floor vote from the Senate. We need clarity. Hashtag SEC needs a leader. Hashtag Ripple test. So I like answer.
At the beginning of the video.
What's that?
Was that him? Was that him with the crazy hair?
Who's that? Here?
That guy? Yeah, who's that guy?
That's Chairman Brown from the Senate committee. Yeah,
he's got the crazy hair.
He's a nut. He's an absolute nut. He's nuts. But you see him at
parties. He's not wearing two masks.
He loves to drink, man. He's a drinker. I mean, I don't know. I'm just making it up. But I tell you what, I bet he does funny dances.
Yeah.
So I answer with this. Don't you mean the next SEC chief enforcer, Gary Gangsta?
Gary Gangsta.
Because somebody dropped that last night. Straight Gangsta. That's Snoop right there, man. Straight Gangsta, right on. Gary Gangsta. That was dropped in our chat last night by one of our, one of our always brilliant, never imitated, fans. So I got to say that was just fantastic, man.
That's good. It's classic.
Gary Gangsta.
Rob XRP coming in from Canada. Thank you there very much for your support there. And he says, thank you for the effort you put into your daily live streams. We really appreciate you too. And we appreciate you as well, Rob. Thank you for the support, Rob, and the kind words.
And I appreciate anybody on Twitter that has XRP in their name, because at some point someone's going to hammer you. They're going to call you the banker's coin and be like, dude, don't you know that thing's going to zero? Don't you know you're going to lose all your bags? I mean, right? You probably get harassed here and there, and you got to put up with that stuff. Right. So that's a proud moment if you're going to put that in as part of your handle. You're like, that's right, Rob XRP. What's it to you? Come on, bring it. So that's what you'll say, stuff like that. But volcanic greetings and good evening. Yeah, there is a volcano going off over there in Europe. Did you know about that, Jeff?
Is there another one?
Well, it's the same one, I believe, but it's just apparently it's going off.
No, I did not hear about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I always read the I kind of get some of the world news in there, what we're going. Are we going to get an answer soon? Mr. K wants to know. Inquiring Minds wants to know. What answer are we looking for? Snoop!
I almost got trapped over there one time due to the volcano going on over in Iceland.
Yeah, well,
that was a couple years ago. I don't remember.
When I was in Chile, it was like I was looking up at actually it was like snow and stuff on the mountain, but I wonder if it'd be like here to be with that volcano like spewing, everywhere, and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, it went nuts. It was spewing stuff all over the place.
It's crazy. Hey, so check this out. You know how much we like the payment space. Lots of great things going on there. So Payoneer, which is getting ready to go public through a SPAC, through an SPAC with FTAC Olympus, has now partnered with MasterCard. Now, this doesn't have much to do with the blockchain space per se. However, what's important about it is that it is in the digital space, in the payment space, with a digital purchasing card. So Payoneer is huge in the P2P and B2B payment space. And I think I've talked about it before, but through this SPAC that they're getting ready to finalize, and then they'll go public, valuing them at $3.3 billion. Wow. But here, look at this. It says it will allow small businesses to make global purchases and connect to mobile wallets, and comes amid growing competition in the virtual card market. So, here we are, we see what's going on in the blockchain space. We know that the blockchain space is really the, way to go, but look at where we see a little bit of competition. And then you have to wonder, MasterCard, we know, has been dabbling in the blockchain and in the digital asset as well. But here you have digital payment company Payoneer is partnering with MasterCard to offer small businesses a digital payments card. So it's going to help simplify. Look at this, mobile wallets, digitally access multiple cards that help streamline business expense. It's amazing. I mean, it's really cool to see the direction that things are moving in. But what's even more is that, you look at like Square, we know is investing into Bitcoin. PayPal, we know, is getting more aggressive into the digital asset space. I'm sure if we dig in a little bit further, what's that?
The ARK funds too, getting heavily in that space too. A lot of those are carried in the ARK funds. So you're right that there's one that focuses on fintech. So you're absolutely right about that space and about who's betting on it. Someone like a Kathy Wood.
That's right. Yeah, Kathy Wood is getting into it. But here you have the FTAC Olympus Acquisition Corp. So once that, I believe it's final. They haven't launched officially yet. But when they do, man, I mean, this is, we're starting, it's kind of the sign of the times right now where we're seeing more and more getting into the payment space. And I believe that's the same thing. That's why within the digital asset space, the crypto space, we're seeing so much of a focus and attention on payments. That's why so many people are excited about what was going on over at Flare. We still got to figure out the DeFi. Is DeFi going to be legit? Is it not going to be legit? Is it going to be accepted? Can you go all in a DeFi financial space without some third party kind of overseeing it? Is everyone going to be comfortable in a DeFi space? Maybe it's too young, but man, I'm telling you, this is like a trend, and we're seeing more and more and more of it.
So is this when they say virtual cards, is this like a competitor like privacy.com, like where they spin up a virtual card, a burner card type of thing? Like I
believe that's the direction that they want to go in. Payoneer is big in the B2B space.
I mean, partnering with MasterCard is like a big deal right there, man. That's a huge deal, especially for somebody like Payoneer. And, this is perfect. Like you said, it's perfectly situated right before they do their SPAC, right? And they go out there and they hit that hard. Hey, I wanted to jump in this, Jeff, because I just found it a little bit funny. Well, I shouldn't really laugh. I mean, it's almost like a gut punch. Something's funny, but you watch those funny videos, like something happens and someone gets punched right in the face and you like laugh, but you feel bad about laughing. Like, oh, that must have hurt. Especially if it's like an anvil and it drops on them from above, like it does in the cartoons. Doesn't really work in the cartoons. So David Schwartz, he puts out a tweet and he says, hey, I'm trying out Mintable. And this is a drone shot of his $70 million solar panels. Let's explain. So this is the shot right here. It's a little bit blurry, but it's minted. So then you can buy that as an NFT, right? So here it is. You can see the solar panels right there. There's one right there, right? So if you guys remember about this, he said, this is a drone photo I took in February of 2017, 4 years ago. It's a picture of the famous solar system that I sold 40,000 ETH to pay for in early 2016. That ETH would be worth over 70 million in 2021. This photo is taken mostly for recreational purposes, but officially to asses the cleanliness of the solar panels. And you know what I would also add to that? It also highlights the wokeness. Now here's the thing. If you waited 4 years, he could have bought it for all his neighbors. You know, they all could have been like, you know, woke together. It could have been like, because they're so worried about, I mean, I wonder how much real energy that those solar panels in the grand scheme of things saved. You could have donated 60 million of that and still bought those. You could have saved some whales. You could have donated some free energy somewhere. I don't know. I mean, Jeff, it's fun. It's funny. And the one thing I appreciate so much about David Schwartz is he's a guy that has a sense of humor, and he's always willing. I mean, anybody would do this and say, this is my famous $70 million with blurry photo of his solar panels.
Of a solar panel that he spent $70 million on. So, I mean, you obviously can't live in the future, you know, because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. But a guy that's in the space, you know, to have some predictive value, but, you know, maybe he got into ETH, right in the beginning. So I don't know what kind of change there was in 2016 that all of a sudden he's able to sell at that point. I thought that ETH, when did ETH come out? 2015?
Well,
I thought it was 2017.
No, 2000.
Maybe it was 2015.
I remember this date. It was the end of July, because when we did a whole thing, July of 2014 is when you could buy it for. Remember, it was like 95 cents, and then they raised it to 99 cents. But you didn't actually get the ETH until like July of 2015. It's like almost a year later. So he probably bought it for 99 cents, or he might have got in early at 95 cents, right? So I don't know. Did he put 40 grand into it?
Yeah, and we'd have to look and see what it is. But at the same time, you know, if you don't have any other money, and that was his only money at the time to put solar panels on,
but at least
I kind of get it, you know. But if you have other money and you're not worried about it, then why would you, I don't know. I mean, it's like, look at Peter. What was his channel?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about.
He bought the Lamborghini.
He bought the Lambo with the Bitcoin.
He bought the Lambo, and then that was before Bitcoin went to 20,000. So then when Bitcoin went to 20,000, I think that he said that was his $500,000 Lambo, or his million, whatever it was. So he paid twice as much, because he didn't anticipate Bitcoin was going up. But I'm sure he got dividends out of everything else that he was doing, But if you try to constantly live in the future, especially if he's sitting on a whole pile of them, maybe he's like, hey, let me take a little bit, get some solar panels. But I don't know, if you're in this space, you're in it for the long term, and you're looking for big valuation and to see where it goes, it's your long-term investment portfolio. I mean, that's like taking money out of your 401k to run off and buy solar panels it's going to give you zero return.
Yeah, I might have done it.
Doesn't make sense.
By the way, Jeff, do you know this?
Come on, man, Berserker.
Berserker's nah. So I had to beat you to it. I had to beat you to it, Jeff, because you always do it. But
I was about to say, who else finds this interesting?
But you know what else is funny though? It's like, maybe I dip into the fun to pay, to help the kids out. You know what I mean? Put some food in their mouth. Maybe help the orphanage down the street. The kids are struggling. Maybe buy some new clothes for, a family that's really in need, kind of like make some good use of that. Solar panels, really not in my vernacular. You know what I mean? Like if you want to donate it to them, I remember one time they said like, hey, call up your local energy company. And by the way, we have nuclear energy here, Turkey Point right down here in Miami. It's super clean energy for the last 50 years. So I call them up and I'm like, hey guys, how are you? And like, yeah, I got the flyer. Yeah. So tell me how this solar thing works. Well, you can power your hot water heater, and that will save you like $26 a month. And I'm like, okay, what's the catch? They go, well, we put them out. We come out. We put a regulator in your house. Then we put them on your meter, and we do this and all this. I'm like, how much is it going to cost? It's going to cost like $34,000. Click.
Oh, can you imagine? If I could put one up there for $5,000, that's going to power my entire house, I'm in. But if it's going to power my water heater, then I'm not in.
Well, the Tesla, have you seen the Tesla batteries? Now, the Tesla batteries are pretty badass. They hang in your garage, right? Yep. And the idea behind those is that during the nighttime, the electricity is cheaper because nobody uses it at night. So they drop the voltage. So it's like a half. In some places, it's a third less. So during the nighttime is when you charge those bad boys, and then you run them during the day. So it saves you a lot. But again, the install on them is just ridiculous. They're like, but the good news is you'll break even in 60 years. I'm like,
The good news is when you dispose of those batteries, you're seeping pollutants into the soil that eventually is going to get to our groundwater and poison all of us.
Jeff, don't be so
that's
negative.
the good news of the battery and now we're going to move to an EV future, and every vehicle is going to be powered by EV, and you're going to be surrounded by these by electromagnetic whatever currents all around you, which we already are. But then they're going to put them in the ground because they're going to have to bury them or something. Who knows what they're going to do with it? And it's
going
all
to be
going to
bad.
just kind of leak into the soil. It's kind of like it's kind of like all the wind farms that kill tens of thousands of birds, and yet nobody ever talks about the poor birds that are massacred by these wind farms. No. Have you ever seen the windmills? They're so horrible. You go places and you see them in the mountains. And, it's horrible.
It's such an eyesore, dude. It's such an eyesore. And, you're like, oh, my God, is that a hawk? Oh, God, did that just, that was, it's like, and it just gets spit out in a long. Now, I remember one time seeing, this was like some horrifying event stuck in my head. It was actually, there was some guy he climbed up to the top. He was roped off. The things were turning and there was a fire that broke out. There was no way to get him down. He perished. I'm like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Not a good idea. What the heck is all this about? By the way, we got a super sticker from Wooden Boat. Appreciate that. Wooden Boat. By the way, a wooden boat's not bad. Get you where you want to go.
I like the wooden boats.
It's a wooden boat. And look at this, Jeff. So I saw this cryptic tweet that was put out there. And I thought it was going to be, so you see ones and zeros. So the Bank of England said the countdown has started. Can you guess what's on its way? So, of course, if you go to one of these decode things, which I did, and man, it was that hard to type all that stuff in there. Why didn't they just put it in the tweet? So you go, every one of these spells out a letter, and you're like, well, what does it spell? And I'll tell you what it spells. It spells out the new £50 note, but it doesn't say new CBDC. It just says the new £50 note is coming. And I'm like, why would you use ones and zeros? And that's why, Lionel here, dictator knows it all, put in the new CBDC, because that's what I would have expected. You see ones and zeros, right? It's digital. Exciting. So is that new £50 note? They're saying it's calling it a note, but are they in need of a £50 note, or is it just a brand new £50 note? I mean, it's a little bit off-putting. I don't know.
I don't remember what their old £15 note looks like. I'm trying to think.
I don't know, but it's like, you get, so yeah. This My Precious XRP says a digital currency which is run on the best network on the planet, owned and run by Ripple and its co-owners, Bank of America. Wait, co-owners? Bank of America, BYN, BOE, IMF, ECB, MAS, SEC. Wow, there's a lot of 3 letters.
Soon.
Soon. Soon. Well, we need for that. All transmitted digitally and securely, and all secured via a digital signature, which can't be turned off depending on tier 1 or 2. I'm like, well, it's a good sentiment, Jeff. I mean, I appreciate the effort there. So it's a little bit.
Hey, so Morton here says, if only we could somehow capture the smugness from BTC Maxis and convert it into electricity.
Oh my God, that might be man, Morton. That might be my favorite comment tonight. My God, that's fantastic. All right. Maybe of the week.
So to that point, let me share my screen again here. I think now would be.
Are you going to show some smugness?
Apropos.
Can you capture smugness?
I'm going to show.
Did you say apropos?
Smugness.
Did you say apropos? That's like an amazing word coming out. I don't think I've ever heard you say that before, Jeff.
Did I just say apropos?
Oh my God, you did say it. You said it 3 times. I love it. I love the way you say that. It's a good word. Apropos. It's a very good usage. I'm giving you a big star. 5 stars right there. Go.
Thank you. Props.
Go for it.
Props for the apropos.
Apropos. Put that on a shirt. Apropos. XRP, it's apropos. BTC, it's apropos.
It's apropos.
Project you've never heard of? Maybe not apropos. So, I mean, you can't have it all, Jeff.
I can't have any. Can't have it at all. Look at this. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Bitcoin right there at $56,000.
$56,000.
$56,000.
Holla for the dollar. Holla for the dollar.
6,000. And James over here, man, you know what? The 11s are good. I like 11s.
11 is
Old
a new.
XRP,
11 is new.
I told you so. 11 is good.
I like that.
I like that. 11. That's
a
awesome.
rebirth. That's a new. I like that. It's very spot on.
It is good. Okay, so let me follow up my thought here with the the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin pump. So the big pump on the Bitcoin right now, all over the news. We're gonna fly through a couple of these articles real quick. But Bitcoin, so this was back in November, right? And this was the
Wow.
trend. So we get a lot of people that are, kind of knocking the Bitcoin. And I'm not saying, hey, the Bitcoin maxis are right in their smugness. But the thing is, we've seen this trend, which we're talking about over the past couple of days, of the big institutions kind of moving into the digital asset space, moving into Bitcoin. But look at this, back in November, Bitcoin hits all time high, close to 20,000, driven by institutional investors. And then again, right, then we come December, institutional investors are piling into Bitcoin. All right, and then it keeps getting more exciting. All right, and then we've got CNBC jumps into it in January. Bitcoin is breaking records because bigger investors are buying it now, says PwC. And then look at this. Bitcoin surpassed the $30,000 mark for the first time on Saturday. This was January,
Insane,
and it advanced more than 300% in 2020. That's Reuters. So now everyone's getting all fired up. Look at this. Well-known investor Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller come out as believers in Bitcoin last year. And then we fast forward a little bit more. Oops. Hang on a minute. There we go.
It's amazing. What an amazing ride it's
isn't
had.
this
My
crazy?
God,
Right.
it's insane.
Now we're in February. Institutional buyers snapping up Bitcoin during price dip. Right. And then we come right to current. And here we are sitting here in February. We know where it is in March. Sustained institutional buying will hold Bitcoin above 50,000, according to Crosstower. Now look at all that fire. It's just like hype and hype and hype and institutional buyers, and it's going up, and we're looking at it from November where it's under 20,000, just about to hit 20. Now it's about to hit 60, and we're in March, and that fervor of the institutional buyers, the passion of the Elon Musks and the Michael Saylors from MicroStrategy piling billions into this space, billions into Bitcoin, and here we are, and we're looking at the SEC, and we're like, SEC, what in the world are you doing? Why are you tripping over your shoelaces, over this case with XRP? Congress, why the heck aren't you getting your act together, with the Token Taxonomy Act? Why do you keep calling it Bitcom? Why are you still looking for your BlackBerry? Why can't you figure out how to text? So
I think Berserker's making fun of the way you pronounce Elon Musk. You called it Elon Musk, not Elon.
Elon.
So I was going to say anything, but
Elon.
Berserker called you out, man. He's like, and I go, Elon Musk. I'm like, Elon Musk? What the hell is that?
Elon.
And Berserker's all over that. He's like, boom, he's on you, just like that, dude.
Just like that, man. He's fast.
He's not letting it go, man. He's
quick.
Like right on there. Hey, so I wanted to play this one thing from Hugo Filion, who's the CEO and founder of Flare. I thought this was a nice little excerpt here. Can you say Michael A-Ball Sailor? Oh, Ronnie Size. Please, Ronnie Size. Did you go there? But this is a nice little excerpt from Coppercast. It was episode 13. This is like the little excerpt I wanted to throw up here real quick. So I thought it was good. With
right there
Carolina,
from,
thank you,
Carolina.
man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
What's up, Carolina?
Man, you are a man. Listen, so I thought this was a really good... When I watched this, I said, this was a reminder of what we're doing in this space, why we're here. And Hugo's really just an amazing character here. So let's throw this up here.
DeFi might be considered the first real use case of smart contract platforms. In fact, last summer 2020 was considered to be the summer of DeFi. And it was the summer of DeFi with only about 35% of the available value on public blockchains. About 65% of that value is not accessible to smart contract platforms in a
Dude, 65% not available. That's pretty crazy. Not available smart contract platforms.
Decentralized and trustless manner. Beyond DeFi, we think that these networks should have access to NFTs and all of the future developments that smart contracts bring. And so
I don't want to say anything, Jeff, but you notice I think he just woke up. There's like a little thing going on with his hair in the back. It's like sticking up because he wasn't counting on the side. Like you look right here, see that? There's a little something going on there. Like I noticed, I was like, I can't stop looking at it now. When I play this again, everyone's going to be fixated on that.
Look at Apex. What the hell is wearing?
Well, that's what you call a smoking jacket, Jeff. You get like a cigar, so you don't stink up your clothes. You smoke that thing.
And check out Andrew Nation. I'm the best tonight.
Good. That's awesome. You are the best. You're on. This is a good night for you, Jeff. Absolutely, 100%. Absolute demente. So let's do this. Right. So yeah, and it's kind of like just sort of loosely tied up, man. He just woke out of bed. He's one of these like inventor kind of guys that like sleeps for like 2 hours and like wakes up and works like 7 in the middle of the night. What's up, BZ? Hey, Lebowski meets Harry Potter. By the way, that was the Big Lebowski meets Harry Potter. Here you go. By the way, that I'm not. I'll tell you after the show.
The way he's dressed.
I love Hugo, man, but it's okay. A little Harry Potter action. Yeah, you're right. The Big Lebowski with the jet. That's a very good one, BZ. Sorry. Beautiful.
So the largest blockchains by market cap that are not natively smart contract enabled are Bitcoin, XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, and Doge. At Flare, we're currently integrating XRP, Litecoin, Stellar, and Doge. Others potentially to come. My name is Hugo Fillion. I'm co-founder and CEO of Flare Networks.
And I like to dress like Harry Potter sometimes.
Dude, that guy's awesome. Look how he starts off the whole thing. Multiple camera angles. He's got the light going. The guy is slick.
Fantastic, man. It's really well
awesome.
Done.
Good info. I like that, man. And think about it, the way he rolled that out, potentially others, but he's making that space.
Oh yeah.
Amazing how he brings up the Doge.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy how he brings up the Doge, right? I mean, it's just like.
And he goes, and it's like you got all the big boys like Bitcoin. He reveals a Bitcoin Cash, and you got Ethereum, and you have XRP and Doge. He goes Doge.
Doge.
It's like, thank you to Elon Musk. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Elon Musk, Jeff.
Ellen, we're hanging out here
for tweeting all about the Dogecoin because the Doge is fun. I love the Doge. It's a fun thing with the
Marson
Doge.
Says he'd make a great Bond villain, an insane young man with the power to bring down countries.
Oh, God, man. You guys are on fire tonight in the chat, man. This is one of the reasons. Well, outside of doing the show with Jeff, but the second most important reason I love doing this show because it's great. The Nan knitted it. His Nana knitted it right on. And she might have, because you remember those things that had the big wooden hooks? You'd put the hook through there and, tie it up. I can't believe we're going off on poor Hugo. I mean, I hope you would enjoy Ellen DeMusk. Anybody
who brings up Doge gets a block from me on Twitter or YouTube.
No, man. I got to say no. I'll tell you why.
Doge.
No, I disagree with that because Doge has a use case. You guys laugh, but what's the use case for Bitcoin? Store of value. It's a store of value, Chip. What's the use case for Doge? It can be used on the Flare network. Okay. So you see,
Doge has a great community, and that's why they brought it in because they have a huge community.
There's some wackos, dude.
There's
a lot of wackadoodles in there too.
Donating and doing all that other good stuff.
Was central to the Kingsman. Damn right it was.
Kingsman. There you go.
Great. By the way, a great movie that was. Look, his sweater looks like a sorting hat. Yeah, it was a
David S, the $1 trillion man, Hugo P, the quadrillion man. His look is old London style. Exactly. Old London style. That's what they're saying. He should be there with his
It's like London Fog. Remember that brand? These are London Fog, those long jackets and those weird cool shirts with the, looks like that whole sort of like a
sweet.
It had like a fun little thing,
Man, we only wish we had a cool sweater like that. I would love to wear a sweater like that. You get your pipe.
I love big old sweaters. It's like, it drops down to like, 50 degrees. And we're walking around like with gloves and mittens and hats. And I went out today walking the dog, and you know what happened? My neighbors are wearing like long sleeve stuff, and they, they're bundled up. They got long pants on. I got like running shorts on and a t-shirt. The wind's blowing, and they're like, "Aren't you cold?" I'm like, "No, man, I love this."
Yesterday was cold. But the best, it is the best. You go out, it's like 50 something degrees. You're wearing, and I have a couple Irish sweaters, those big knit, heavy wool Irish sweaters. Man, those are my favorite. And I can't wear them down here. So I don't wear them. But that was like my thing, The first time I went over to Ireland, I brought one with me. I was like, I'm going there. I don't care if I look like an ass. I'm going to wear it over there.
Jeff, this next story,
I
you and I both called this so many times. We said it's a ruse. It's not to be happened. And look at this. Wait a minute. There's John
Put
Gill
that
right
up there.
here. Gary Gangsta might drop the new lawsuit when he gets in. We can use the speculation to power our home. I love that.
That's right. Let's
John
speculate.
Gill, great sort of speculation. Gary Gangsta. See, he's already
Gary
known as Gary
Gangsta.
Gangsta, and it was right here on this show, right here.
You're starting a trend.
Yeah, Gary Gangsta. I love
That's better
that.
than Gary the Grinch.
No, I like
I
Gary
like that.
Gangsta because that's a
Gary
badass.
Gangsta is the best.
Yeah, that's Gary Gangsta. You got to put the deal with it with the big old,
No, he's gonna
It
have
is-
the big stogie, big.
yeah. Well, it's not a stogie, but you put the old big and the spliff in his and with the
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, but I'm thinking about the yeah.
the deal with it. Now, Jeff, you and I have talked incessantly about this. We have said this to her blue in the face. We've called it the entire time. Wait till I put the story up, Jeff. This is exciting. You're gonna like this. This has to do with our favorite country we talk about often, India.
USA.
They will not ban digital currencies, according to the finance minister. The story dropped on the 10th, which is today. It says they won't impose a blanket ban on digital currencies, the country finance minister has stated in a recent interview. Nirmala Sitharaman assured us that despite the reports of government hostility against the industry, it will take a measured approach. At least they're taking some approach. We haven't had here's the approach we've had in the U.S. You're guilty. Well, but it's been 8 years. I don't care. Guilty. I know, but you didn't tell us anything. I don't care. We're taking you to court. I know, but you told the exchange Coinbase it was cool. And you're like, and they're like,
not anymore. It's not.
Yeah,
cool.
enforcement, right? Boom, smash you in the head
We
with the
didn't say
anvil.
that. Yeah, prove it.
something
Prove
like
it that we
that.
said that. We didn't say that.
It says for months now, the local digital currency sector has been awaiting the next government move after reports of a looming ban. The government further proposed a bill that would ban all private cryptocurrencies.
Ban them all.
And pave the way for the digital rupee.
But you know what? The finance minister, I don't know if he's in concert here with the RBI, you have the Central Bank of India. And I wonder if there's going to be some disagreement there because you get government, you get the central bank,
Yep.
a little bit of this, and they keep going there waffling back and forth. I hope he's right. I hope that, we don't see a blanket ban over there. We've said it so many times. India is an epicenter just waiting for blockchain development to explode over there.
But Jeff, let me ask you a question. Will the digital rupee be as volatile as the as the fiat rupee? That's what I want to know. Is it going to be as crazy all over the place? Yeah. Because what if the digital rupee is stable as hell? Like no matter what, tried and true, right?
Well, the only way to stabilize it is to make it a stable coin pegged to the dollar.
And that could be all done. That CBDC could definitely be done and minted on the XRPL, right? It could definitely be done that, and it can also be stabilized. So it's like that would absolutely put India in a different category when their currency is completely stabilized.
That's right.
And then you wouldn't have that volatility, that whole effect sort of thing there.
Oh, hey, by the way, Andrew Nation, I wear the same sweater, but I'm not a bloody spokesperson for DeFi.
But that's okay, man. But Andrew, do you have cool
That makes you
glasses like
cool.
that? Bet you
Right.
don't. Bet you don't have cool Harry Potter shades.
Hugo is the man.
Look,
He
dude,
is- He is by far the man.
Hugo's going to turn
He
into
can wear whatever the hell he wants to wear.
he'll be a
Guy is
household
the
name.
man.
Yeah, Vitalik Buterin, right? You've got a lot of these people that stood out, for projects, and you're going to know Hugo Fillion because he's just a badass, man.
That's right. All governments are in cahoots, and India is just playing the bad cop.
I like this thinking, Cameron Quinn. I like that thinking a lot.
Hey, you know what we got to do real quick? If
Please
there's
tell me.
anybody new here on the chain, make sure you guys find that red button. It says subscribe on it and click it, because when you click it, you'll subscribe to On the Chain. We should have it so when they click it, it play some heavenly music.
No. Something like that,
Exactly like that. And then when you hit the
Jeff.
bell, then you get the bell, and it's just and you make then every time we post these videos, it's like immediately you get notified.
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately
Boom, boom, boom.
within within like 1 to 5 minutes or so.
Well, we are rolling something out pretty fun because people keep hammering us like, "Hey, man, what do we do? Like, what do we do to support the channel?" I'm like, first of all, you just show up. Second of all, you share it with your friends, your neighbors, and people you don't even like because maybe they'll benefit from it. Who knows? Maybe they won't. It's hard to say. But the other thing you can do is, so we're gonna add one of those join channels. So we're gonna have custom emojis, and we're also gonna have these cool little sort of like the dealy things, yeah, like little medallions and stuff. And we're really grateful because in our description, a lot of people buy us coffee because we're always drinking coffee, talking about coffee. So we're like, that's like the perfect thing. You want to buy us a coffee? Because we said like, well, what can I do? Well, buy us a coffee. I mean, what the hell? We're down with that.
Or some free falafel.
A free falafel with every I mean, that's pretty good too.
Every crypto purchase.
And that's a lot of falafels, man.
Buy a crypto, get a free falafel card.
By the way, the Dutch falafel place in my mall, geez, they have some amazing stuff there, Jeff. The falafel face.
Dutch falafel?
Well, it's a Dutch chain, but it's in my mall, and I love it because they pile the stuff in the cold thing. It's like piled up to it's like they have like a sculptor come in at night and sculpt it. It's like so high, and they have this like sort of technique where they able to get it with ever spilling it. Like like they'll have like chopped up like veggies and stuff. Yeah, well, I always feel like I anger them. They go like, well, "What falafel do you want?" I'm like, "No, I don't want any falafel." They go, "Do you don't want falafels?" I'm like, "No, I just want this stuff." They're like, "You don't want any falafels?" I'm like, "No, I don't want any falafels." They're, "It's a falafel store." I'm like, "I know, I don't." It's too there's a weird like spice they put in that. Israeli
falafel is legit best in the world. I believe that 100%. Man, it's
there. You go,
hands down. Get a big falafel, you get it in there with they get the spicy sauce, Israeli salad, little hummus, and you put some French fries stuffed in there. Oh, it's the best.
Man, Jeff, I'm sorry. I wasn't hungry before this, but I'm starting to, and thought we might just hit this one a little bit.
Oh, naan bread. Naan bread is good too.
Oh, naan, yeah. By the way, my wife's crazy about naan bread, man.
That naan bread, man, it's a little sticky. It's kind of like, have you ever eaten at an Ethiopian restaurant?
Yes, I have. There used to be a great one in South Beach in Miami.
Probably called Blue Nile.
I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but
I think everyone I've been to has been called.
I went there with an English friend of mine, and he made really bad jokes. So I'm gonna refrain from that.
You don't have to repeat them.
No, I don't repeat them. But he was like, but English humor doesn't really work in the States sometimes. It's like people are like, do I kick you out or what do I do? It's like so.
Yep.
So, how NFTs are fueling a digital art boom. That's kind of a weird propaganda photo right there. But anyway, so they kind of talk about Mike Winkleman, who's known as Beeple. He was drawing one picture every single day in 2007, looking for a way to sort of like hone his skills. And so he released that Everydays project. And then this is the one right there. It was like one photo every day. And you know what, Jeff? That's awesome if you got that kind of time, right? Just like chilling out. Let's see, what am I going to do today? I'll draw something the entire day.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
And that was a multi-million-dollar auction right there.
That's right. Check that out.
A croqueta and colada. Ooh, cubano. Sí.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, by the way, croquetas. I love croquetas, man. And colada. Yeah, the Cuban coffee. Oof, man. You get on a South Beach there?
Cuban coffee gets you going and come out. You get a little thimble of Cuban coffee. And you're good for the rest of the day.
Well, I used to love when I worked in Miami. It's like everybody would do a run right around 1:32, right before that 3 o'clock crash. They'd be running around with the big cup and the little pouring everybody shots. And you felt like you're doing like shots of like, tequila or something. You're like, and you're like, just woke up. It was fantastic.
Oh man, it's the best. You don't get that anywhere. Right?
And by the way, Nyan Cat
coffee is too big, and you go to Italy, you get your nice espresso. But yeah, it's a whole experience, man, with a Cuban coffee. I like that.
You can't hear that awesome music right there, Jeff, and it's a good thing.
No.
But anyway, Nyan Cat.
Especially you got a lag.
If I recall, it was James Rule XRP interviewed the guy that did that, if I remember it correctly. But anyway, Nyan Cat, just NFTs. He made it. He did that. Released that as an NFT. Something fun to do. And, while an oil painting can be displayed in one place, and it has a, here he is, right here. And it has a definitive, this is Nyan Cat right there. Nyan Cat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I even know that one. Yes.
You don't know how obnoxious the music is. And if you wanted to torture somebody, you would play that nonstop on full blast. They would crack in about 36 seconds.
How about the cat with the Twitter memes over the past
There
few
you
months?
go. That too. So it says, while oil painting can be only displayed in one place and has a definitive owner, a digital image or video or GIF can be infinitely duplicated and enjoyed on screens around the world for free. This has often posed problems for prospective collectors who don't know how to price digital art and fear it will lose resale value. But now, Jeff, NFTs are offering two things that physical art cannot, have always depended on: scarcity and authenticity. That was a tough word for me to say, and I'm like, yeah, do you think this is going to be something that's going to go crazy? Like, everyone's like trying to outdo each other, trying to have these fun little things.
I'll show you.
Nyan Cat with Moon.
Moon. That's
the
what you're
moon.
talking about right there, Chip. How NFTs are fueling a digital art boom, according to CNN Style, right? Look at that.
Yeah, that's
check
that's
it
the
out.
story
That's
I'm
what
on.
it's all about, man. Yeah, that's it. That's the story, but you didn't get the title.
I did.
Left out the title. I didn't
That was
see
the
the
very
title.
first thing.
You got the title in there?
Hell yeah, it was the very first thing I saw. I called it out. How
put it up there.
Yeah, I might not have read it though. That's probably why. I don't think I read it, but I think it was up there.
No.
Maybe I didn't. It's hard to know. You look at all these stories, they all start bleeding together. It's hard to know what you said or didn't. So maybe I didn't, Jeff. Who knows?
The title is the best part.
Yeah,
Forget about the art.
it's the best part. It's the best part. It's the best part. It was the best of days and the worst of days.
It was the best
really
part of
wasn't.
the whole article was the
No,
title.
the best part was scarcity and authenticity. By the way, Jeff, I'm going to have to play this now because I want to share. This is way too much excitement and enjoyment for me to have by my own. Let's see, Nyan Cat, right there we go. Here's the audio. Let me blow this puppy up. And let me share it. Ready? Ready for this beautiful music?
Yep. Can't hear anything. The other two. For some reason, music's not. I'm sure everyone else is hearing it, but I'm not hearing.
Do you guys hear that?
I'm not hearing any music coming through Streamlabs today. Even when we did our intro. Even when we did our intro.
Let me know if you guys hear that.
I could hear the voice, but not the music. It's hilarious.
I probably can't play too long because I'm sure that's copyrighted. Yeah, copyright strike.
Yeah, people can hear it. People hear it. Copyright strike. Look at that.
Whatever.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the first time. It certainly won't be the last.
He just gave us one. Boom. He just gave us one. Boom.
No, we can block that out. We can block that out. Not a problem. I'll block it out. I'll block it out. We'll beep it out with swear words. Yeah.
Mike, you said you're not missing. You're not missing out on anything.
Nobody's missing out.
You see?
It sounds like.
I'll continue to hear for the next several hours. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, by the way, that was my favorite trick when I used to go into an office every day. It's like, you know, there's always that place where everyone gathers, gets a coffee. You would hum the most annoying song you could think of, and you would just hum it in the background, hum it, and you don't realize that sometime later in the day, not the person that was in that room, but somebody completely different walking around your office was humming that song, and you were like, boom, my job is done here. And it's because that person went back humming it. That got stuck in that person's head. They didn't understand why they were humming it. Oh yeah,
Ronnie Spies has volunteered to. He's gonna make a metal version of it. Send it to us. That way we can play.
By the way, Jeff, you know what's funny about
a little bit? It's gonna be awesome.
You know what's funny about that is my brother calls it. He calls me up one day. He goes, what'd be really cool is like to do a Cookie Monster version of that song. I'm like, Cookie Monster. He said, like rah rah cookies, rah rah. I'm like, oh, metal. He's like, yeah, Cookie Monster version. Cookie Monster version. I was like, you guys are insane, man. You're insane. But anyway, guys, listen, awesome. I tell you, I had a lot of fun tonight, Jeff. It was actually.
It was awesome. It
was really phenomenal.
Hey, you know what's coming up on March 28th?
I'm going to go with our meetup sponsored by On the Chain, Chip and Jeff.
That's it.
Nailed it.
Boom.
Boom.
Virtual.
Oh, I love when that happens.
Doesn't matter what country you're in, what state you're in, what city you're in. You guys can all attend.
Or mental state you're in.
Or mental state that you're in. But on Sunday, we're going to drop the link on how to register for the virtual meetup that is sponsored here by On the Chain. This is number 2 in the series of virtual meetups. So we're fired up. Everyone's going to have a great time. Apex, can you give us a shout out for the first one because he was there? Professor X was there. There were a bunch of others that were there, and we are looking forward to that one. If you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I think it's highlighted in red only on our channel. Nobody else's. So it stands out and you can see the subscribe in white. But if you hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell notifier. That way you get notified every single time we post a new video. It's as easy as that.
It's as
easy squeezy.
Easy, even Steven, easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
There you go. And there you go, and there it is, and there you have it. So, guys, another exciting night. We talked about a lot of stuff. We had many workshops, some stuff here. We got some stuff done. We did some stuff. We contributed to society. And when this is over, everybody will forget about it, except for that horrible song that might be stuck in your head. You can thank me for that. You can thank me. Thank Jeff, actually.
Van Life Biker can't find the subscribe button.
Dude, Fan Life Bike, you know better. He knows better. Actually, he was one of the earlier. So he was one of our early. He goes way back, Van Life. So, but he had a different name back then. So that's cool. But anyway, he changed.
Yeah, we don't.
That's
we
cool.
don't even know what it is.
By the way, he's doing some cool. He does some cool videos
with
too.
The penguin shirt. I was waiting. Someone's gonna.
You clown around in Hugo's Mr. Rogers sweater. Look at Channing.
Right.
Channing dropping. Boom. Channing with the mic drop. Bloop.
I'm gonna wear another penguin shirt.
Dude, Channing Smithson just mic dropped your ass right there.
Oh my god.
Oh god, word for tonight's best stream. Thank you. Really appreciate
tomorrow.
that.
Get a couple.
Man, we had fun tonight, man. Might have been the coffee we were consuming earlier. I don't know.
It was. I had my.
It was a fun night. I enjoyed it. It was really
and
really
you know what's awesome is that we're going to be on again tomorrow night because it's Thursday night.
Yeah,
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here, exclusively on the chain.
See you on the next one.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.